and Trump even tweeted about this, I think 2 or 3 times today, calling it a miscarriage of justice and everything. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable what they're doing to Roger Stone. And so how can I trust the jury foreperson that lied on their questionnaire? How can I trust a judge that has politicized this case with their own words? How can I trust a jury where multiple jurors have been proven as politicized against Donald Trump? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's nothing new, but I have to admit I don't know what the right word is. I'm not surprised, but am I depressed? Am I upset? Am I angry? Is it a weird combination of all three? Because I wasn't planning on covering this today. In fact, I didn't even know this was going on. Honestly, I was dealing with my own court deal all morning long until about 3 hours ago. But Roger Stone's case is, on a technicality alone, should be a mistrial. And that's been proven. And so today, I'm going to try not to get mad covering this because it's I just can't believe how corrupt this judge is. I mean, this is the most corrupt judge I've ever seen in my life. The only other judge I could think of that I would say is as corrupt as this, I mean, you got Ruth Bader Ginsburg. But I mean, on just to look at one case and just say, my gosh, what unrelenting, unredacted, unalloyed corruption in your face from one judge. It is Judge Berman Jackson. I mean, a stoned face, corrupt judge. I won't even say politicized at this point. This judge has to be corrupt to be doing what she's doing to Roger Stone. Because the reason why we put judges on the bench as honorable people, as the last guard for justice in this country, is so that they can review a case and do the right thing. This judge has no integrity. If this judge had any integrity, she would have thrown this case out. See, I need to calm down already because I'm starting to get mad, and I want to start calling this judge some names that I shouldn't. So I'll stop right there. But she's holding basically a hearing, I guess, today when it comes to the mistrial with the jury foreman and other jurors. And she's using all sorts of conjecture to qualify herself for the case. Again, forget about politicization. She's just corrupt. She has no integrity for her to be doing this to Roger Stone. And so you've got jurors testifying that are clearly politicized. So you've got a corrupt judge, a politicized jury, a politicized prosecution, all to get Roger Stone for what? I mean, folks, it's like, here's the trick, because I don't even want to sit here and talk about what they're claiming Roger Stone did, because that almost gives it credence. That almost feeds into it like it's real, even though it's not. But what is the basis for all of it? It's fake Russian collusion, right? It's Russian collusion. Russia hacked the DNC, DCCC, gave the emails to WikiLeaks. That's false. That's fictitious. That's not true. Roger Stone had nothing to do with it. Roger Stone was not on Trump's campaign. And so they're claiming, again, and I don't even want to get into it. I don't even want to say what they're claiming because it gives it credence. It's totally false. The case should be thrown out. There was no Russian collusion. That's fake news. So how can the judge say that Roger Stone is covering up for the president's involvement in Russian collusion when there is no Russian collusion? How can Roger Stone say, I never had contacts with WikiLeaks? They have not proven that he had those contacts, and they say he lied about it. It's unbelievable. But it's worse than that now. Now, see, this is where it gets really hairy. The jurors are saying, oh, we were never pressured. There was never any this. There was never any that. Well, how can I trust this entire jury? How can I trust this judge? How can I trust anyone involved in this case? It's a kangaroo court. They're all on the inside. How do I know they're not communicating with one another behind the scenes? How do I know they are not manipulating this entire process? And so even though the jury foreperson lied criminally on her jury questionnaire and was still allowed, now that individual is lying in this hearing under oath. So it's like this could be used to just blow open this whole thing and investigate these people. It won't be, of course. We won't get a win here, even though we should. Just incredible. Where is the Attorney General? I mean, seriously, this, and Trump even tweeted about this, I think 2 or 3 times today, calling it a miscarriage of justice and everything. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable what they're doing to Roger Stone. And so how can I trust the jury foreperson that lied on their questionnaire? How can I trust a judge that has politicized this case with their own words? How can I trust a jury where multiple jurors have been proven as politicized against Donald Trump? How can I trust any of this process now? And so basically that's what Roger Stone is saying. And the judge is just saying, screw you. You don't matter. Only I matter. I'm in charge. I'm the queen. And then I would suspect that the juries are communicating with one another behind the scenes to tell each other what they're going to say, what they're going to admit to. And the prosecutors have even apologized for the juror problems. I mean, this is such a circus act. It's unbelievable. And so now the prosecution and the judge have both recognized that the jury foreperson lied on the questionnaire, and they're still not going to throw it out for a mistrial. That's illegal, folks. I mean, this is not even a debate anymore. That's criminal. This judge is corrupt. This judge needs to be disbarred and investigated. And even when the jury foreperson or other jurors say, well, I've never had any conduct on social media since this date or that date. Well, how do I know that? How does the jury know that? Have we checked their records? They could make another Twitter account. They could make 10 anonymous Twitter accounts. How would we know? Is anybody investigating that? Is anybody looking at the private communications of these jurors and this judge? No. No one's investigating them. Only Roger Stone gets the investigation. And then when all the corruption comes out at the process of how they sentenced Roger Stone and are trying to lock an innocent man up, no investigation is done there. Instead, they have a fake hearing. They have a fake hearing to pretend like they have integrity, to pretend like they're trying to make sure that this process is trusted and you can have confidence in this judge and this jury when you know damn well you can have none. And look, I mean, I don't know what you do at this point if you're Roger Stone. There's nothing more that you could do at this point if you're Roger Stone. The jury has been proven corrupt. The prosecution allowed it. The judge allowed it. And now the judge is allowing it. So let's even say that the judge can say, oh, I didn't know before. Let's go along with that. Okay, Judge Jackson is an idiot and didn't know before. Okay, fine. Now she knows. And she's still allowing it to happen, folks. She still won't do the mistrial. That is a corrupt judge. That is a politicized judge. And I'm trying my best not to scream and yell. I'm at a hotel, but Roger Stone is my friend, my former co-host. And let me tell you, if they can do this to Roger Stone, they're coming for you next, folks. Guaranteed. And they're showing you the whole process right in front of your eyes right now. Oh, the judge is proven corrupt. Oh, the jury's proven corrupt. Oh, the prosecution's proven corrupt. Guess what? We'll pretend to care with a fake hearing, and then you'll get nothing. and the DOJ does nothing, and the Attorney General does nothing, and the president tweets. And then the president says, very sad to watch. Well, quit watching, president. Do something about it. Investigate this judge. Investigate this jury. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to move on from the Roger Stone story. It's just really shocking and heartbreaking if you care about justice in America, and heartbreaking if you care about freedom in America. And if you care about Roger Stone, it's heartbreaking on a personal level. But I'm yet to see, from all the stuff I'm looking through on Twitter about this, I'm yet to see that the judge has brought up the fact, they did bring up the fact that the foreperson of the jury lied on their questionnaire, and the judge has been grilling this individual about her social media use. Is she perjuring herself? Well, I mean, records would indicate yes, but again, there's all sorts of nuance and semantics. We'll still say, oh, I didn't get rid of my Twitter account then, or oh, I didn't post from my Twitter account then, or oh, I wasn't actively on Twitter then. And now she's also claiming that she was not even on Twitter at all throughout the trial. Now, again, can that be proven or disproven? I guess you'd now have to get Twitter involved and say, hey, does this person have any other accounts? And so now you're talking about an entirely different investigation. But heck, she already lied. The jury foreperson already lied on an official government document on her questionnaire. So if Roger Stone gets all this investigation and this team of prosecutors to investigate him, why can't we do the same thing to this jury foreperson? Well, you see, that's not how it works. You only get the deep dive into your personal life and everything to see if we can arrest you for anything if you're a Trump supporter and if you're an American patriot. If you're a dirtbag, communist, Democrat, American-hating, lying, scumbag, liberal, progressive, then you can get away with anything. And it's being proven again right in front of our eyes, right in front of our faces, by Judge Berman Jackson and by this corrupt jury foreperson. But again, where is the mention that this foreperson lied? Where is the mention that we had people filling out questionnaires where they said they never run for office when they did? Where's that? Where's the investigation into that? You won't get any, folks. It's a kangaroo court. It's a rigged court. It's all about getting Roger Stone's scalp, no matter what the cost is, even if that cost is truth and justice. And the left has proven that every time. Every time. The left will sacrifice anything for its agenda. Anything. They will literally sacrifice children. But they sacrifice truth. They sacrifice freedom. They sacrifice justice, all for their own agenda, ladies and gentlemen. And then they sit up there and lie about it as if it's not happening. As if they just care about truth and justice and freedom, when they literally put all of those things on the chopping block to accomplish their agenda. Really sad. Boy, it just hurts, guys. It just hurts to see this. I mean, yes, it's Roger Stone, but I mean, even if it wasn't my former co-host, even if it wasn't my friend, it would still hurt. It hurts to see it to Mike Flynn. I've never met the man. So really just sad. And just, here's the thing. And I get it, and this is a really deep issue that I really don't have time to go down today, but if this were truly a free country, if this were a republic, there'd be 10,000 people minimum outside that courtroom demanding that Judge Jackson step down immediately. And if she didn't, there'd be 40,000 the next day. And if she didn't, there'd be 100,000 the next day. And if she didn't, there'd be 1 million the next day. And if she didn't, there'd be 10 million the next day. I think you get my point. But I'll be honest with you guys. We don't live in a nation of free men. We don't live in a republic. No. We already live in a socialist, communist country where we are slaves to the system, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why this corrupt judge and this corrupt jury are going to get away with it. Because the average American is too busy paying bills, too busy in debt, too busy with this, too busy with that, or getting censored and slandered and attacked and dealing with their own stuff, that this judge and this jury is going to get away with it, folks. And the president admitted himself he's watching. It's kind of like the president admits. President Trump admits he's monitoring the situation on social media with the political censorship that hurts him the most politically. And he's watching what's happening to Roger Stone with this corrupt judge. So it's nice to know that the president is watching and he's enjoying his popcorn as his political enemies, the Democrats, are destroying freedom and truth and logic and justice. Doesn't make you feel good, ladies and gentlemen. No, it does not. But you know what does make you feel good? The Patriot Blend coffee from InfoWarsStore.com, which I'm a little upset because I'm on the road, and so I'm not much of a coffee drinker, but if I do drink coffee, I drink it at the office, and of course we have the Patriot Blend coffee at the office. But I'm on the road right now, and I'm not drinking the Patriot Blend coffee. I'm drinking some other coffee, and it's just subpar. It's just subpar. It doesn't even hold a candle to the coffee at InfoWarsStore.com. And it's kind of depressing to try to sit here and drink this coffee just because I need a little extra energy today. And I blame myself because I should have brought Turbo Force with me from InfoWarsStore.com. So that's on me. But I can't blame wherever I'm getting coffee from if they're not as good as Patriot Blend from InfoWarsStore.com, because that's just the best stuff going. So I'm on the road, I'm drinking some coffee, and I'm just like, But then I realize, oh, well, I'm drinking the best coffee, the Patriot Blend from InfoWarsStore.com, so every cup of coffee is subpar after you drink that. And while it might not make sense to bring a bag of coffee with you on the road, yes, there it is, Patriot Blend, 100% organic coffee, available at InfoWarsStore.com. There's a couple of options on there for you if you like the medium blend or the strong roast. But I could have brought a box of Turbo Force with me. I could have had a packet of Turbo Force with me to give me a little energy boost and a little focus boost. And I blew it, and I left my Turbo Force at home. So that one's on me. That's a mistake I should never make again. I should have learned my lesson by now to never go on the road without Turbo Force. What was I thinking? Oh, but look at that. It's so popular. It's sold out at InfoWarsStore.com. You know, it's kind of like the emergency food supply. Like you get the emergency food supply in case there's a big emergency and the food supplies run out.
10.
I have my Turbo Force emergency supply. I've got a couple boxes stashed at the office, a couple boxes stashed at home. So even if it's sold out on the website, I've still got my supply. All right, let's go into some of these other headlines here, ladies and gentlemen. I got a couple video clips to play, and at this rate, I should be able to start taking your phone calls in and the entirety of the third hour here on the Infowars.com War Room, brought to you by InfoWarsStore.com, live at band.video. Trump is doing a lot of lashing out about all the corruption, not enough action. From The Guardian today, Trump lashes out at liberal Supreme Court justices and demands recusals, even as the U.S. justice system faces a crisis of credibility because of the Trump administration's handling of the federal cases. Donald Trump has taken the unusual step of attacking two Supreme Court justices on Twitter and in remarks to the press. Well, no, these are not Supreme Court justices. These are liberal progressive activists that were given a robe by Barack Obama. And I guess who actually appointed Bader Ginsburg? Was it Clinton? I'd have to look into that. Point is, Sotomayor and Bader Ginsburg are liberal progressive activists that were gifted a black robe and told to pretend they are a judge. So again, that the liberal agenda in this country can enslave us all and can dominate us all. And that's who these people are, folks. Sotomayor accuses GOP appointed justices of being biased in favor of Trump. No, they're biased in the favor of truth. They're biased in the favor of the Constitution. You, Judge Sotomayor, are a activist in a black robe. And if Ruth Bader Ginsburg had any integrity, she would have stepped down years ago. She's a decrepit old witch that can't even walk on her own. So, yeah, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised that Ruth Bader Ginsburg and Sonia Sotomayor, who are, again, folks, liberal progressive activists wearing a black robe, saying that Trump is trying to shame people. No, you are ashamed, Sotomayor. And I would say that to Ruth Bader Ginsburg, but she can't hear me because she's got half of her consciousness in hell already. But you know what? On that vein, in that vein, let's go to Judge Napolitano, who's really been back and forth. I don't even know where to judge him, pun not intended, as far as what he thinks about Roger Stone or Trump, because sometimes he says stuff that I totally disagree with. Then other times he says stuff that's just totally right on, like this when he was commenting on what's been going on to Roger Stone with Judge Berman Jackson.
There will be a secret hearing today for Roger Stone. I repeat, secret. Judge Napolitano, Fox News senior judicial analyst, is not happy about secrecy. Explain.
No one should be happy about secrecy, whether you like Stone or dislike him, whether you like the president or dislike him. This is a hearing to determine whether or not there was jury impropriety in the trial, whether a juror failed to disclose her preconceived prejudice against President Trump and against Roger Stone. Why it is secret, we're not being given a reason, but the secrecy is compounded. It's one thing to have a secret hearing and then let the participants go out and speak to the press. It's another thing to have a secret hearing and to bar the participants from speaking to the press. That's what this judge has done. This is absolutely Stalinistic. Now, when this argument that I had been making in summary fashion was made by Stone's lawyers in writing 2 days ago, she said, okay, I will hear you at 1:30 and you can tell me why it should not be secret. And then at 2 o'clock, I'll lock the courtroom door and make it secret unless you change my mind. That's what we're confronting.
That makes no sense.
She has gagged Stone. It is one thing to gag the defendant during a trial, because you don't want him going out talking to the press, and it's a way to communicate with the jury. There is no jury. There is no trial. He's been convicted. He's been sentenced. The gag serves no legitimate governmental purpose, and yet she's enforcing it on him and on his lawyers. Question: why is the Bill Barr Department of Justice not opposing this secrecy and not opposing this gag rule?
Do you think the judge might have a political bias?
Yes.
Ooh, that's serious stuff.
Yes. The reason I say that, and I am loath to do this about a sitting jurist, the reason I say this is when she sentenced him, she referenced behavior and words and events that had nothing to do with the courtroom, that had to do with his sort of histrionic style of life and being a political consultant before these allegations against him were even filed. That has no place in the courtroom. That has no place in the judge's decision about how to sentence.
All right.
Bingo, 100% spot on. And who was saying this? before you heard it on Fox News. We were at Infowars.com. But think about it like this. Why is the judge gagging everyone in this case? Does this judge have something to hide? All evidence would point to yes. Indeed, this judge has something to hide. Why else would she be gagging everyone? Violating First Amendments here, violating First Amendments there, violating oath to office here, violating the Constitution there. I mean, this judge is out of control. What is it about this judge that makes her such a tyrant? Does she really just believe that she's above everyone else, that she's a queen? Does she really just act as a tyrant, as a dictate, because she's just that full of herself? She's just that much of an arrogant bitch? Or is she hiding something? Is she trying to cover something up, even? Really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Really makes your heart sink, knowing how corrupt the judicial system is. And when you see it firsthand, ladies and gentlemen, it's shocking to the core. It really is shocking to the core. And as far as I can tell, still nothing as far as if this judge is going to ask about running for office, the foreperson running for office, and then denying it on the questionnaire. Now, Stone's new defense, I believe it's the new defense, is still grilling the judge, the foreperson on the jury right now about the social media activity. But again, this is a known liar. The foreman on the jury lied twice on the questionnaire. Who's to say that she's not lying now? And how will we ever know? Who is investigating her private communications? Who is seeing if she has used any other Twitter accounts other than the one in question? It's very easy to go on Twitter and get an anonymous account and be under the radar, out of your name, erase that account from your phone, and how does anybody know? But they're not going to investigate that. And you know what? Judge Napolitano said that again. You got to wonder, where is the Department of Justice? Where is Attorney General Barr? Where are you? What are you doing? Where is the President of the United States? Are you guys enjoying the show, eating your popcorn, watching Justice?
I hope this virus isn't as bad as it looks like it is, but I just see Providence at work again, that we have the nano silver that it turns out in 2007 was certified by the Pentagon, by A&M, and in Homeland Security letters to take out the SARS coronavirus family. But I use it as immune gargle, so I can gargle it out, spit part of it out. You can drink part of it. You can drink it all if you want. It's at 15 parts per million, but it's a nano silver. We've sold out of the 16 ounce. We're going to sell out of the 3 ounce and the 1 ounce very, very soon. And I'm going to keep it at 40% off, even though it's very close to selling out for another 2 days. So it's going to go back to regular price by Wednesday or Thursday, and we'll still sell out of it long before we get more in. It'll take a month or more, because I'm already putting in the order, and that takes money for the 16 ounce. The 3 ounce, the 1 ounce. Put the order in actually on Friday, paid 50% down. And they explained to me, they said, you understand at 40% off, we don't even make the money back reordering it. You have to have profit to fund things. And I said, okay, you're right. And I'll go till Wednesday at 40% off. And then for folks that get the last few thousand bottles at 1 ounce and the last few bottles at 3 ounce, that'll help buy the next lot of it to even have it. So InfoWarsStore.com, InfoWarsLife.com, get your immune gargle with nano silver. Also, their wound gel is even stronger. Don't ingest this, same nano silver, but strongest over the counter you can find. And all of the super blue and super silver whitening toothpaste has the nano silver as well. It's just good for you overall, really good for your body, good for your gums, and it funds the InfoWar. And we're selling out of the storable food, but it's still available. You can still get it, but now time to take action. InfoWarsStore.com or 888-253-3139. And again, most durable food companies are already sold out. We still have it at the same high quality, low prices. So that's how you fund the InfoWar and get prepared, InfoWarsStore.com. But whatever you do, please get prepared spiritually and get close to God, because 2020 is one hell of a year. Just over the weekend, we reported that the cases of coronavirus could possibly be 10 times higher than the official number. Now it's being confirmed. Wuhan coronavirus update, 44,000 now infected, warn University of Hong Kong researchers. And this article from Natural News links to mainstream news in Hong Kong. Of course, it's way worse than they've been saying. You've seen the people dropping dead and falling down, and the hospitals totally jammed, and dead bodies lying in the corners, and all this craziness. This is big, with major cities completely locked down. Residents left in Wuhan, which China quarantined to stop the coronavirus, are desperately stockpiling food and fuel, leaving empty shelves and prices skyrocketing. Wuhan, coronavirus lockdown. We've got enough food to last 10 days. That was 4 days ago. Last week, there I was ordering masks and more food, and I didn't even come on air and do it myself, because there's that feeling of like, well, I'm pushing it during a crisis. Of course we should promote this during a crisis. It's all the more reason to get prepared and get ready, ladies and gentlemen. I hope this thing peters out, but it doesn't look like that. It looks like it's going to get really, really bad, and people need to have water filtration. They need to have storable food. We've got the very best units out there. And as I told you, I got this call 30 minutes ago, confirmed it from our great food supplier that produces the InfoWars Select food line, the entire line of My Patriot Supply. And they said, man, it's the worst ever. All the other big suppliers they know have sold out, can't get food. They are buying ahead a ton of food, but the prices have skyrocketed, and that's in the news as well. If you lock it in now, you will get the food within 7 to 10 days. And the price won't go up. But he said that it may by tomorrow be longer if your order gets in later until you get it, and we may have to raise prices yet again. So it's gone back to regular price. It's still a great deal. He was calling us to say, listen, surprised you didn't call me the last week. You're selling a lot of food, aren't you? And I'm like, yeah, talking to him during the break. So you can sell out of that food at that price if you want, but we're having to buy out now because it's all basically been sold out, and other people aren't going to be able to do this, so you're going to have to raise prices. I said, well, I totally understand, because we had the lowest prices of the entire My Patriot Supply system. That's how I worked it. So take advantage of this now at InfoWarsStore.com. If you get your order in now, it'll be there within 7 to 10 days. And he doesn't think he'll have to raise prices for 4 or 5 days. And hopefully this thing isn't as bad as it looks like, because, again, that's what I'm really concerned about, is my family personally. And at a certain point, I've just gotten overwhelmed. People are like, hey, you're pretty relaxed, all this going on. It's just, stuff's gotten so insane. I'm just giving it to God. And God's saying to me, you need to get prepared, you need to get ready. So again, InfoWarsStore.com, get your Alexa Pure water filtration system, highest rated out there. Not just because we're in a crisis, but because we're already in a crisis. With how poison the water is, everyone should be doing it. And support the InfoWar and your own family, InfoWarsStore.com.